The purpose of this video is to try and find the gain from an op amp through this circuit with two resistors. Alright, here's our P-Spice. We start out with a AC voltage source hooked up to a 10K resistor, which is hooked up to an op amp, and the inverting output is the negative side, and that's your inverting input is hooked up to the ground. And then we have two power supplies hooked up to the op amp, both DC power. The bottom one is 15 volts, top one is negative 15 volts, and the whole thing is hooked up to a 100K resistor, which is hooked up to the output.
This is our actual circuit with our op amp, and here we have our power going in from the pulse function generator and goes down here, and then this is our DAC. This is one of the channels, and here it measures the voltage from the very beginning to the ground. So this is our voltage before any resistors. And then here we go into power, or into the first resistor, which is a 10K, and that runs into the inverting pin on the op amp. And then the wire goes from there to the 100K resistor, which then goes to the output. And with the output, we have the other DAC wires connected, and this measures the voltage after the first resistor. And by dividing the output by the input, you can get the gain on the op amp. This is our VI of our op amp, and we'll run the simulation continuously. And we start out with the DAC assistant, where it measures the inverting input and the output. We then put that in the waveform graph, and we measure the amplitude, and we divide the output by the input to get the gain. And then we use the phases to calculate the phase difference. Because we get negative 180 and 180 approximately, and we don't want a negative, we add 360 to it. So if it's less than 0, we add 360, and that will give us our phase, which stays right around 180 because that's the phase shift, and I said so. Then our gain is approximately 10 because our resistors are 10K and 100K, so the ratio is approximately 10. After doing our experiment with LabVIEW, we determined that our gain across the op amp is approximately 10, which is correct because we have a 100K resistor and a 10K, and when you divide the 100K by 10, it is approximately 10.